In the vast stretch of billions of years, our planet has been hit by asteroids, collided with other worlds, and frozen over repeatedly. It's played host to some of the most bizarre creatures you can imagine. Honestly, it's a miracle Earth is still standing. But if you're ready for a fast-paced journey through our planet's dramatic history, we'll need to rewind time, all the way back to the beginning. 4.5 billion years ago, the solar system is born. Roughly 4.5 billion years ago, a dense interstellar cloud of dust and gas began collapsing under gravity. It flattened into a spinning disk, heating up at the core until hydrogen atoms fused into helium. Boom! The sun ignited into existence. And not long after, a newborn Earth was on the scene. Further out from the sun, bits of dust and rock began sticking together. These clumps grew, becoming the planets and moons of our solar system. Closer to the sun, rocky materials formed the inner planets, including Earth and Mars. Earth, in its early years, was a chaotic volcanic mess, releasing gases like methane and carbon dioxide. This formed Earth's first toxic atmosphere. And then came a catastrophic impact. A Mars-sized object, known as Theia, slammed into Earth. The debris from this collision eventually coalesced into our moon. 3.8 billion years ago, Earth cools, water arrives. Back then, Earth was so hot that water existed only as vapor. But as the planet cooled, vapor condensed into liquid and rained down, forming oceans. Around 3.7 billion years ago, in these newly formed seas, life emerged, microscopic, single-celled organisms. 3.3 billion years ago, the first continents. Earth didn't remain a water world for long. Eventually, land masses began to rise above the seas. These ancient land chunks, called cratons, formed the first continents. They gradually merged into Earth's very first mini-supercontinent, Valbera, which was smaller than modern-day Australia. 2.4 billion years ago, the Great Oxygenation. Cyanobacteria evolved to harness sunlight through photosynthesis, producing oxygen. This triggered a massive atmospheric shift. Oxygen levels rose, carbon dioxide dropped, and Earth underwent its first major ice age. 1.1 billion years ago, supercontinents and complex life. While Earth's air was changing, its land was shifting too. Continents collided and united into a new supercontinent called Rodinia, possibly the largest in Earth's history. Life became more advanced, evolving beyond microbes. Eventually, Rodinia broke apart and was replaced by another landmass, Pannotia. 540 to 485 million years ago. The Cambrian explosion. A burst of evolution transformed life on Earth. The Cambrian explosion introduced creatures with hard shells and protective spines, trilobites being some of the most iconic. Then, around 440 million years ago, Earth experienced its first mass extinction. The Ordovician-Silurian event wiped out a huge portion of marine life due to a sudden temperature shift in the oceans. 420 to 350 million years ago, life moves to land. Forests started taking root as the first trees emerged. Meanwhile, animals began their journey onto land, reshaping ecosystems forever. 250 million years ago, Pangaea and the Great Dying. By now, Earth's land had merged again into a massive supercontinent called Pangaea, but this era brought devastation. The Permian-Triassic extinction, known as the Great Dying, eradicated around 90% of Earth's species, triggered by greenhouse gases and rapid warming. 240 to 230 million years ago, enter the dinosaurs. Out of the ashes of extinction, the dinosaurs rose. From the enormous Argentinosaurus to the terrifying Tyrannosaurus rex, these creatures reigned for 150 million years. Meanwhile, Pangaea began to split apart, giving birth to the continents we know today. 66 million years ago, the asteroid strike. Then disaster struck again. A massive asteroid crashed into what's now Mexico. The debris blocked sunlight, drastically altering the climate. Dinosaurs couldn't survive. In their absence, mammals started to thrive. 6 million years ago, the rise of humans. Around 6 million years ago, the first known human-like species appeared, Sahelanthropus. They likely still walked on all fours. But by 4 million years ago, some began walking upright. Soon, tool-making and fire followed, setting the stage for humanity's cognitive leap. These early humans built relationships, communities, and began to understand the world around them. 40,000 to 15,000 years ago, Homo sapiens take over. By this point, only one human species remained, us, Homo sapiens. Around 10,000 years ago, the first farming communities began. Humanity shifted from roaming tribes to settled societies. 250 years ago, the Industrial Age and rapid growth. Fast forward to the Industrial Revolution. Human innovation exploded, societies became urban, machines replaced manual labor, and populations boomed. By 1804, Earth had 1 billion humans. By 1927, 2 billion. Today, over 8 billion people call Earth home. Now, a planet at risk. But now, Earth faces a new challenge: climate change. Rising temperatures, sea level rise, and biodiversity loss are accelerating. If things don't change, we could be heading toward yet another mass extinction event. But that is a story for another time.